Hi, Tony. It's Kenn Schroder, web designer for coaches. I'm over at coachingsitesthatwork.com. And in this video, I will review your coaching website to find ways to improve it. And when I look at coaches' websites, um, the main thing I'm looking for uh, is the website able to engage me and get me excited about what you have to offer? Will it engage me immediately, lead me into your content, and then lead me to contacting you as the coach? Okay, so I have your website up. Let's dig in. But one thing I do want to say is the website address that you sent me was executiveleadershipthatworks.com, and then it's actually not the correct website address. But the correct address is executiveleadershipcoachingthatworks.com. Okay, so just be careful when you share your domain name that you have it, the long version of it with the word coaching in it is included in there. Okay. Okay, so here I am. I went to your website. One thing is that it's not secure, and it's not too big a deal from a security perspective because your website doesn't really take in sensitive data from clients like their bank accounts and stuff. However, when people go to websites and they see this not secure message, which at the moment is quite subtle, but more and more as security is important online, you'll that message will probably become more annoying. So whenever people go to websites and they see something that says not secure or something that just seems off, you'll lose confidence from them. Okay, so you want to get your site on a secure server, HTTPS. Okay, I would show you that on this video, but I can't because it's in the address bar. So I won't show it to you. Just note that it's something you should do. It doesn't cost much, or might cost nothing depending on who your host is. Okay, so here I am, landed at your website, and I like that the name is at the top. It's obvious, and the menus to the top right is obvious where that is. Just a few items. Okay, so I like that. I like there's a lot of white space. That's pretty cool. Simple layout, blue and white and gray. So those, it feels comfortable. The layout is obvious. There's content on the left and some stuff on the right. Okay, so some ideas to improve it. But all I can gather from this site is that it's executive leadership coaching, and it's supposed to be good. And so, without having to start reading this stuff, which I won't do right away, I want to get a sense of who this is for and why it's good. Looks like your website actually is not finished because it has some blurb here. So if your site is actually not finished, you probably shouldn't be sharing it with people. This may be a good place to introduce yourself, include some credits. So the thing I recommend coaches do is just have a headline or a statement on here that stands out. Typically the biggest text on the top of the homepage. Just say what you do and who you work with. So if I scan through here, maybe you work with those executives and who manage teams who are not productive and they have goals to reach. You help them create a cohesive team that's motivated and excited and realizes tangible results for their corporation. So something that says what you do in 1 or 2 or 3 lines up here, so that I know right away. So people don't actually read content; they scan. So it needs to be immediately obvious what this is and who it's for. For me to have to read all this to get that is too much. It might not seem like a lot, but I need to know right away before I even spend 2 minutes starting to read this. I need to know that I'm in the right place. Okay, so pull together a statement about your ideal clients and what you help them achieve. Okay, next thing is this font is too small. I'm on a MacBook Air, very common mobile laptop, small, and This font size is just too small. It looks like it's also all bold, and when you bold it all, it makes it harder to read. It's not what people are used to reading. So I recommend you don't bold it. Um, it's a thick font. Make it a thinner font. It needs to look like something that people will actually read in other places. So I'm trying to tweak the font here just for my tools here on my screen. Let me do that, and let me see if I can make it less thick, so you can see what I mean. Okay, this looks like it's not. It's also probably a little light. Let me make that a bit darker. Okay. My attempt at making it light. It's probably better. A different font is going to be better. The font you've chosen is kind of a thick. It's a hard to read, thick font. And if I try to make it thinner, okay, this is a bit better here. So let me just. I've made it a more of a standard Helvetica font. And as you can see, at this font size and heading, it's much more readable. Welcome, thank you for visiting. Okay, so this is a better font size. I'd break this big paragraph up into 2 or 3 paragraphs. Big paragraphs are intimidating because now for me to start reading this means I need to read the whole thing in order to make sense of what it is. When we read content online, we want short, basically 1 point per paragraph, which could be 1 or 2 sentence paragraphs, very short. So get rid of home. You don't need that. It doesn't add or do anything. So if you can get rid of that, do something like that. And yeah, again, I would have some more of a statement that says what you do and who you do it for, so I know I'm in the right place before I commit to reading. If you're going to have people read your content, also, it's good to have headlines and subheadlines so that people know what they're getting. Like I land on the site, okay, I don't welcome. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. Here you find support you need to be an executive leader you want to be. Okay, so that's something. My mission to reveal to you your source of power and co-create with you your pathway to success. Okay, so that's something as well. Okay. So yeah, one thing I recommend doing when it comes to content on your site is to, instead of trying to explain what coaching is by teaching the logistics of it by saying stuff like, the essence of coaching is to develop the capacity of the individual. Okay, that's interesting. Self-correcting, self-generating. Okay, that's logistics, and that's cool, and that's kind of how things work. But it isn't all that exciting. What's more exciting is to have more content around the struggles and the desires that these executives would be facing. So so again, like I was saying earlier, the challenges that they have facing in the workplace, those are the things that they can feel and know very closely. Their pains, their struggles of trying to manage a team, and things aren't working, or they're being ineffective as a leader, and it's difficult. When they really want is to be able to communicate clearly, have people on board, have goodwill, and people and move, make good speed in managing their teams. Now, those are the things that people really want to know about, not the ins and outs of what lies underneath the surface, those kind of things. So I would recommend looking closer at the copy here and surround it more around the dreams and goals, and even some teaching or wisdom or questions or insight to how to actually bridge the gap from a failing leader to one who's more successful. So teach people things. As that's what I recommend more for this kind of content. Now, if your website is all about you as the coach, I would bring yourself and make yourself present on the homepage. So is that you? I guess so. I would bring yourself closer to the homepage and be present. Okay, look, here's some content. Navigating the corporate can be extremely challenging and stressful. Okay, now you're getting somewhere. Okay, now this is content that people can maybe relate to. Okay, in the book I wrote, I have a chapter on the homepage on how to write content for it. And I don't know if you bought it or not, but the book will take you page by page through different things to put on your website that'll be more engaging and exciting to your potential clients. It's called the Coaching Website Guide, and it's at my website, obviously. Um, so again, with this content, I break it up into paragraphs, um, smaller paragraphs, some headlines and subheadlines, so I know what I'm reading before I right now. I look at this, it looks like I'm committed to reading the entire thing to make heads or tails out of it. When maybe all I really want to read about is maybe your story and how you became a coach, or maybe just your kind of program, or just even just to contact you. By the way, you should have your invitation for people to contact you throughout. I don't think you have it. Okay, here it is. Find us. In the Philippines, I can come to your location. Here's the phone number, email. Um, I would have a form here so I can quickly fill out something and send it as well. But it's good you have your contact information here. That's cool and all. One other quick tip I'm going to give you is if you want people to contact you from your website, you've got to um, make it attractive, exciting, and easy for them to do. I would dedicate a page to saying, get in touch, or find us, or just actually find me, because there is no us. So contact me or work with me or something like that. And on that page, say, okay, your next step is to reach out to me and tell me more about your situation. And then from there, we'll take it to a personal call so I can hear more and find out if, um, find out and talk to you about how best I can help you. And then tie all that in that invitation to so that you become a better leader. You are able to um, communicate with people. Um, you're able to get people excited and buy into your leadership. You're able to handle struggles with people or work more effectively. So really tie in your content, every part of it, to what the clients would be interested in. Hey, Tony, I hope this has been helpful. And I am actually half Filipino, so it's cool that you're in the Philippines. So you and I, we're on somewhat of a same wavelength there. But anyways, hope this has been helpful. My name is Kenn Schroder, web designer for coaches over at coachingsitesthatwork.com. If you have any questions, post a comment. There'll be other website reviews and tutorials flying through, so you just subscribe if you like as well. And Tony, thanks for posting your site. I'll see you on my email list. Okay, bye.